Greetings, Jedi traders. David here of TradingFibs.com to bring you the daily trend for week 3, day 3. It is Wednesday, January 18th, 2017. As always, please seek financial advisement when trading with your money, as these videos are for educational purposes only, to support your knowledge in the market. See what's going through my head on any given day. Always make sure you have a solid trading plan and always manage your stop when placing a trade. All right, trading session recap. Here we go. Day number 3. Make sure you, if you want to check out any of the charts or anything, always make sure you check out the link after the video's been posted. But let's jump right into the daily outlook. As posted this morning, overnight session on the NQ, we were looking at a chop. Pre-market trend was upside. And we were looking both 58.78 up and 29.19 downside. There was the big pick as we do each day, 60-minute hourly and the 15-minute. We'll look at those here in a moment. Taking a look at the ES, same picture, chop up trend, looking both 81 and 19 as we have been for some time now, but any movement in each direction, looking at those small intermediate support and resistance levels on the charts as well. All right, let's jump right into the charts as we have been consolidating. That's right, consolidating. You could see here, how long is this? This is almost December, almost 2 months of straight across the board, almost tapping that 20K. This is intraday session, and we just haven't got there. This is the futures price action, just not pushing higher, but really not giving it up downside. ES, same picture. NQ's been a little bit more aggressive here as price action continues upside. We had an open gap set from yesterday, but as in yesterday's recaps, and not much there to talk about. So sure enough, with a little bit of lift here, 50.49, we closed that out today, so we'll get rid of that. Crude still migrating to the downside here on the indice, on the futures. It's 52.41, new open gap set today. Upside as crude comes down from almost closing out that upper 55.41. Taking a look at the AD lines, price action again today on the AD's 10-minute chart on the NISS NYSE, just doing the wave here. Gotten a lift this morning, pull back and back upside. So overall, pretty much a flat session as we continue through the week here. So what was it? What's holding us up? Well, you know, just patience, guys. Patience is what it's going to take. Today, was it Yellen's speech today? Was it Netflix results coming out with some really great numbers? Was it Beige Book? Is it the inauguration on Friday? I mean, we can come up with a whole host of ideas. I'm not the only one here in the market that has the same consensus. There's Mr. Top Step. Last 45 minutes of the session here on his Periscope TV there, agreeing, saying that, not agreeing with me, but same attitude. Just be patient. The move will come this year. So with a little consolidation across the board, that's okay. Consolidation means a breakout, which doesn't mean there aren't pockets of trend during the day. And that's the purpose of the daily trend. That's the purpose of the trading room. And sometimes it's just, hey, you know what? If you see price action really not moving, you just leave it alone. You say, I'll come back tomorrow, take a couple ticks, whatever it is. You know what? If it's 20 ticks, if it's 50 ticks, if it's, turn in the dollar, $100, $200, if it's $500, you just leave it for the day. Don't worry about the PM session and just call it a day. So anyway, all right, so what were we looking at this morning? We were looking at NQ. Here's our picture for the day. We were looking at price action in between. We said that 58, that's right. So 60-minute chart here, really not running away in either direction. Came down and back upside. Same picture here on the 15 minutes. We found support down here and oversold and back up through the major support resistance as the NQ still finishing out about 10 more minutes to today's session. Let's take a look at the YM as price action on the 51.44, still maintaining downside. Let me jump back to the NQ for a second just so you saw the 60-minute chart on the NQ. There she is, okay. Price action, just you could see the wave on the NQ really not being able to commit to either direction, both up or down. But YM, yes, 60-minute chart for the hourly has primarily been downside, and we're holding inside this range, but really no breakout downside on the hourly. holding between major support resistance and support here on the hourly, which gives us the picture on the 15-minute chart pretty much the same as market action, primarily focused here to this section right here as price action came from the overbought upside to around the support and retesting back into the major support. So basically you have a nice clean profile for today as price action pretty much hung around the VWAP, volume weighted average price. Take a look at the 60-minute chart on the ES and the 15-minute chart there. Here we could see same picture as we are on the NQ, just at 51.44. Unable to really open up a gap here, and price action coming back all the way down, almost major support resistance. We could see almost tapping downside. That was that down move, and then we're back in a lot of chop sessions. So we'll take a look at that on the range chart, as that is the particular way for me to look for trends, but using the minute charts to give me an idea of where are those three major lines. That's right, upper resistance, major support resistance, and downside support. And again, just another level to watch during the day as I do each day, whether it's a 5-minute chart, watching fib targets, watching Globex, watching yesterday's high, today's open, daily gap. I mean, you can, we know that the market is fractal. There are lines everywhere. But when it comes to trend, what does it mean? What does it look like? Well, we'll show you that here in a moment. All right, let's take a look at the three indices as we rolled out today. Again, NQ, a little bit messy here towards the mid-session. And that was pretty much, as we could see here, afternoon session finally broke. We could see broke from the VWAP. We looked down here, 534 in sync, so got ourselves a nice move to the upside. Netflix coming out with their numbers. Again, a couple of morning setups to the downside, as we saw in sync here. Really not much going on. Yeah, a little bit of a pop here above the cloud. And then here it was, another setup, 1, 2, this being one of the better setups here. But again, this was already mid-session. We really didn't move around here, so probably pretty much not really being able to break that Globex slope. Gave up on the NQ. All right, YM again, same picture here. Better move on the downside, as we could see price action here came down all the way down into the support area. So nice move on the NQ this morning. Again, this is pre-market up here, so your entry would have been somewhere. You might have just waited for the Globex low. That would have been the bar right there. Confirmed, solid Heikin Ashi bar. Take your contract off and continue to run it. Maybe bailing here as soon as price action turned itself around. Really not much else to talk about until here about right before the mid-session. Sell signal for the short setup. Price action really never getting back down to the lows and pretty much chopped out the remainder of the day. Keep that in mind. There's that 619, 688 that we've been looking at on the bigger picture. Taking a look at the ES, again, we saw price action pretty messy here as price action again ran down. Let's move that chart up a little bit. There we go. So price action here, market open, price action ran out. Again, overnight session was upside down, back up, retesting. There was the Globex high above there, and price action moving down. HA bars underneath the VWAP right here. Move back upside if you took the entries off the lows. But again, where were the primary trends? You can see those on my chart each day as I identify the arrows on the HA bars. That's exactly what you're looking for. So downtrend, up chop, and we pretty much finish out around today's open. So really a flat session overall. Again, towards the end of the market day, we got that little lift more on the NQ than any other index. All right, taking a look at the other futures markets as we do each day. Crude again. Crude really, the top row of our screen share, really doing much better today as price action. There it was, overnight session, 50 below the 144. You got a nice setup to keep you in trend all the way down to major support. Got a little bit of resistance here, pushed down a little further. Really didn't come down and test the lower lows, but here you go, back upside, back above the VWAP, and then crude with another move down in the PM session. So crude, current trend to the downside. Taking a look at the GC, there was the move to look at as price action pretty much chopped up overnight. Not easy, so go to the higher time frame or just wait for the setup break below VWAP or wait below the major support resistance. But nice trend, solid Heikin Ashi bars all the way down. Once you have the trend in play, you sit on it, you wait on it. Now, if you're trading the overnight here, you got a couple of pockets here. Trade management, get one off, move your stop to break even. Oh, all right. You're stopped out, but that's okay. You don't walk away a loss. A couple of setups here, and then finally the breakout in the U.S. session. All right, let's take a look at the 6E. 6E, actually the 6J, nice chart. Actually, I'm going to pull up the, there it is, on the single frame here as we see price action on the 6J already downside overnight. Couple of chops there at the beginning of the session, but finally giving way. That's what I'm looking for, that 51.44 in the red. The gap opening up, and there you go with a couple pullbacks along the way. That's okay, but trend clearly to the downside. That's all you need. Take a look. There you go. You got your 51.44. You got your HA bars. There it is. Right around 11:30 Eastern Standard Time. You got your 534 across. There's the 2 bars or 1 bar confirmation. Price action at the highs there, which is the resistance. And bang, you got yourself an entry on the 6J to the downside if you're trading the yen, and even lower throughout the day as we rolled all the way down to the oversold here as market about to close out. So nice move on the 6J. Great example of what it takes to remain in the trend. All right, taking a look at our last chart. It was the 6E. 6E not as clean, but again, some nice pockets of trend entry as we saw solid setup over here. That was pre-market as the 6E was getting to move. U.S. session opening up here. Pop up a little bit above the cloud. You be aware of the VWAP. You have the 534. That's all you need to get into the move to the upside on the long setup over here. Price action tried to make a go at it, but you're right here at resistance. If you're watching the market internals here, MML lines, you might hold off. Then you get the 50 underneath the 144. And by the way, if you look here, the cloud is still in the red. Even though it was in the red here, that's okay, but might have hesitated a little bit with a little bit of resistance there. Then the turnaround, 51.44. You got all the charts downside, and you got yourself a nice move on the 6E to the short. All right, taking a look ahead as we roll out the week. As the NQ, charts really haven't moved much as we saw this morning on the pre-market trend. We're still looking at 78 upside. Before we get there, it's the 58. And then don't forget, we always want to look at the 15-minute chart. So if we go to the 60-minute and the 15-minute, if we have any levels in between there, that would be the 58 right there. So no difference. So we're going to stick to that 58 first level, 78 upside. And anything to the downside, still looking at 50.19, 5,000. Also a level in here, 50.29 from the 15-minute chart. Anything else downside, if the market's eventually going to rip, we'll mention those levels, but there they are posted as we do each day. Taking a look at the ES, same picture as we did yesterday. 73 upside as we hang around the 65. Look to the 57 downside as we did today. Bigger picture, 75 range chart and 15-minute chart showed the same levels today. 22.50 to the downside first level. Then watch the 50 MA. We lose that 50 MA around 22.42 here. Then we'll start be looking downside at levels like 22.18 before we get there, 22.34. And to wrap it up, taking a look at the YM, its price action still not able to get up to that 20K. Here we are, week 3 into the year. Price action here, not able to break upside, so we're now looking at support levels here around 688, 668. We got 648 down here, but if we lose that 688, we'll be looking to the 50 MA. Once we break that 50 MA, which is around just under 19,600, we'll start looking to levels of the 51.44, and we'll be looking down to 19,375, and then downwards from there. If we find the support here and we lift back up, we'll again then look back at 766 as the first level of interest. All right, so there are 3 major indices as we roll into tomorrow. Economics-wise, we have a couple red star events, housing, jobless, Philly Fed. Also, because Monday was a holiday, we got petroleum, so watch the petroleum, and Yellen in the evening, so that won't affect pretty much the day session, and then Friday a little bit lighter as we roll into Inauguration Friday. Again, guys, tough call to say whether we're headed up or down. All I see is consolidation at this point, and with consolidation, you just have to be patient. All right, that concludes an insight into today's daily trend for the markets, technical momentum for the indices, and those key future markets watching each day. Feel free to stop by tradingfibs.com or any of my social media outlets to obtain more information. The mantra is one simple strategy. Any market, any chart, any time frame will keep you disciplined. Yep, it is one simple chart. Let me go back and remind you what that looks like. That's right there. 5144, that's the EMA chart. You got your HA bars, you got your 534. Anything else on the chart is supplemental, give you a way to manage your trade, but if you remove all things, eliminate as much as possible, and learning to stay in the trend. The key is always chop. I get it. That's why the trade management is set up the way it is, so that any opportunity to try and remain in the trend once a trade is, or once a setup is on, will give you a higher probability. We use other market internals as well to give us an idea if market action is still going to run. All right, so you can find me every day on Twitter at Trading Fibs, and as always, I leave the crystal ball to the experts. I pretty much only watch what's in front of me and on my charts. As always, pretty much leave your bias at the door when trading. Don't think the market should be up. Don't think it should be down. Just watch what's in front of you. Hey, for those of you interested in joining us in our community of like-minded traders, always seeking those highest probability setups, feel free to email me, David at Trading Fibs. You can join us on Thursdays or Fridays to view the live chart setups as they happen in the trading room each day. Hey, guys, have yourselves a Blue Zone day wherever may be. Good day, good night, and good trading to you.